salmon with marinated fennel. This is a relatively quickly cooked dish in the Burton Sous Vide cooker. It's really all about keeping the lovely moist flavours of the salmon. People are worried about cooking fish sometimes, so they tend to overcook it. Here I want to do completely the opposite. I want to keep it really moist. And for that purpose, I'm going to cure it. And it's in a brining solution, which is equal parts of sugar and salt, a good slug of water. Mix that all up, and then I'm going to put these salmon fillets. If you haven't got salmon fillets, don't worry. You could, if you fancy a change, you can use trout. I love trout. I love sea trout. That works really well. Much underutilized fish is sea trout. Could use farm trout, whatever. But these nice oily fish. But it's really all about that key element of keeping that moist element of the fish. So I'm just going to pop it in the brine. Up a bit over, and it's a mere 20 minutes in the fridge. So my salmon fillets have come out of the fridge. I've rinsed them in cold water. I'm now going to just pat them dry. So the cooking process has really just started cooking with that brining, the curing, but it's still those lovely vivid colours, which is what I'm trying to retain. That's really important to me. Into my vacuum sealed bag, there we go. And what I'm going to do then is put a good slug of a great British product, all those fantastically canary yellow fields that we get in Britain, which heralds the beginning of summer. That's rapeseed oil, really popular, really great oil to use, high smoke point, good for cooking with, and very good as a tasty addition to salmon. So there's a couple of tablespoons full worth gone in there, just sealing it all up. It's an important bit. Get my pump. There we go, sucking all the air out. Good enough to eat as it is, even better when it's been in the Burton Sous Vide for 15 minutes at 45 degrees C. Now don't worry if you've managed to suck up some of your rapeseed oil in your pump. It's all fully washable, just comes apart. Easy peasy. Now, our salmon is going to go in for that brief cooking time into our sous vide cooker. And it comes. Out comes the holding rack, which is key for making sure that the food is kept under the surface of the water for very consistent cooking. In goes the salmon. Fennel could go in there as well. I want to cook it alongside it, it's no problem. And here we go, 15 minutes at 45 degrees C. So I'm going to serve my salmon on a bed of fennel. It's just been roughly chopped, and I squeezed over the juice of a lime with some chopped coriander. The lime will cook it, basically, soften it down, and some great British new potatoes with rapeseed oil and black pepper. And I'm going to garnish it all eventually with a little bit of dill. It smells great. That rapeseed oil has really done the job, and it's just brought the flavours. It's not dominating the salmon too much, but it is rather gorgeous. Here we go. So pop that on there. Looks great, but of course the key is in the eating. And again, it just falls apart. Looks beautiful, but that lovely, vivid orange, it's just what the salmon was like originally before we put it into the sous vide cooker, which I have to say is the perfect way of cooking a fish like this. There you go. I have to say that's possibly the finest piece of salmon I've ever had. Beautifully cooked, works really well. Great ensemble, marvellous it will be with the fennel, but the salmon itself is fantastic. Only one extra thing it needs, and here it is. Not a bad life, is it? For more recipes, click on the links below or go to the recipe section of the Burton Sous Vide website.